Well, I tell you what, if you and I could figure out a way to bottle up this kind of weather and sell it, we could retire tomorrow because it is absolutely gorgeous outside once again this evening. A live look from the top of the radar tower here in Fort Myers, aimed toward the Stars and Stripes, shows lots of sunshine and a very gentle breeze out of the east. It's just gorgeous outdoors right now across neighborhoods in Lee County. Temperatures right now range anywhere from the mid to upper 70s in most backyards. 79 right now in Cape Coral, 80 in San Carlos Point and Coconut Point, and 71 the current temperature right now in St. James City on the southern end of beautiful Pine Island. Live Doppler radar as it swings over top of Fort Myers Beach and Sanibel Island is coming back empty-handed when it comes to radar returns, and that's also the case for neighborhoods like Marco Island, Naples, Bonita Springs, and Ave Maria. No rain is in the forecast for the rest of this evening, and that is great news for the Charlotte County Fair. It continues tonight. You can expect temperatures dropping back through the 70s by 6 and 7 o'clock this evening as overall nice and pleasant weather continues there. Of course, the fairgrounds is located across the street from Charlotte Sports Park on El Jobin Road, so take advantage of the nice weather and have some fun with the family tonight. Overnight tonight, temperatures are forecast to drop back into the upper 50s in most neighborhoods around Charlotte Harbor. We'll fall back to around 57 tonight in LaBelle and Moorhaven, with neighborhoods across Lee County, North Fort Myers and Bonita Springs dropping back between the upper 50s and low 60s. Neighborhoods like Golden Gate and Marco Island, it's a similar story, dropping back into the upper 50s and low 60s. Now, as has been the case for the past few previous mornings, by tomorrow morning, when you consider the temperatures and the humidity where they're at, once again, it's a possibility for some areas of morning fog. This is not going to be a deal all day long, but rather just during the morning drive times. And by 10:30 in the morning, that fog should mix out of the atmosphere and give way to lots of sunshine in the afternoon, as your forecast tomorrow features mostly sunny skies right through lunchtime and then until the sun goes down on Wednesday evening. When it comes to the rest of the forecast here, temperatures tomorrow again expected to be just a touch above the average for this time of year. Look for a high of 81 in Bonita Springs with upper 70s in spots like Naples and Marco Island. Boating forecast tomorrow features winds out of the east in the morning, turning from the northwest in the afternoon. Overall, very light, and that means 1 to 2 foot seas away from the beaches and just a light chop on the inland bays, rivers, and waterways. I'll mention one more time this risk of sea fog. It was an issue off the coast of Lee and Collier counties early on this morning. Yet again tomorrow, there could be a few banks of it over the Gulf of Mexico. So keep that in mind if you're an open seas boater. Otherwise, just enjoy the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weather. 83 your forecast high on Thursday and Friday, up to 80 degrees on Saturday afternoon. Enjoy.
Wow.
Climbing up to minus 11 degrees, huh?
Thank goodness we live
Climbing
here.
up, yeah. Rob Dunn, thank goodness we don't live there.
I will take water in its liquid form any day over that kind of business. And here's a live look right now from the top of beautiful Diamond Head Resort on Fort Myers Beach. We've got a couple of beachgoers here and some great weather to do so. Lots of sunshine in place over Estero Island, and that's pretty much the case for every neighborhood right now in Southwest Florida. Temperatures with this in mind range from the mid 70s in Naples and lately to the low 80s in spots like Golden Gate and Orange Tree. We're at 81 right now in Fort Myers and Cape Coral, 79 on Fort Myers Beach, 76 in St. James City, and upper 70s to low 80s across Charlotte County, 82 right now in Punta Gorda, and 80 with our neighbors in Rotunda. Overnight tonight, you can expect temperatures to once again drop into the upper 50s and low 60s in spots like Arcadia and Punta Gorda, with more of a low to mid 60s event tonight for spots like Fort Myers and Lehigh Acres, Naples, and Marco Island. What this means is that essentially communities along and to the north of the Caloosahatchee River will yet again have the best chance for some areas of patchy dense fog in the morning, but within a few hours of sunrise on Friday morning, that fog will be out of here, and we'll be looking at basically a partly sunny sky in the afternoon. I do want to point out that it's a possibility we see 1 or 2 very isolated showers pop up, say between Immokalee, Naples, and Marco Island tomorrow, but the overall coverage of rain is so low, it's not worth the worrying about at all, as the overall forecast for us on Friday looks pretty good, as yet again temperatures take a run to the low 80s in the afternoon. That is also great news for the dogs competing in the 2019 Tail Wagger Classic in North Fort Myers. This is just off of US 41. This is one of those competitions where they throw a bone and they see how far the dogs can jump. It's basically an agility contest. So while you're watching the dogs have some fun tomorrow in North Fort Myers, I'll be here at work tracking this ridge of high pressure. Now, this is the reason our weather has been so nice over the past couple of days, but things are starting to change. This ridge of high pressure is weakening and moving toward the east, and as it moves farther away from us, it will allow things like weather systems and cold fronts to make it further toward the south and even impact us here in southwest Florida. So between late Friday and early Saturday, a very weak front, a cold front, is going to push into northern Florida. Not going to do much, if anything, in bringing us any kind of cooler temperatures, but with a front in the ballpark, it will help to kick off perhaps a widely isolated shower or two on Saturday. Again, not everyone sees rain on Saturday, but you can't categorically rule out an isolated pop-up shower, principally during the afternoon on Saturday. All right, so an isolated shower highlights the weekend outlook right now, along with a mild uptick in the wind. It's not going to be overly windy on Saturday and Sunday, but you will notice that breeze a touch more during the afternoon hours. Forecast data suggests wind gusts on Saturday could be anywhere between 15 and 20 miles an hour out of the northeast. So again, not going to knock you off your feet, but you will notice the air moving a bit around there as we get toward Saturday's forecast. Looking longer term, the best chance for rain in the entire 10-day comes on Tuesday with a few isolated showers in the afternoon hours. Otherwise, right now, Valentine's Day Thursday looking pretty good. Upper 70s for highs, along with a blend of sun and clouds.
I looked out my window this morning and I had visions of Ferris Bueller and how I was going to figure out not to be here. And then
Hand to God, the first thing Lisa said to me today is I should have played hooky today.
Yeah, and then I'm like, oh, we've got those beach camps. I can't go there. I guess I'll go to work instead.
Well, maybe we'll see if Lisa shows up tomorrow, because the weather's looking pretty good tomorrow as well. But for the night tonight, or when Lisa goes home, you've got some good stuff coming up through this evening. Weather looks really unbeatable for most of us tonight. But for as nice as it looks tonight, the weekend forecast, not quite as nice, and specifically on Sunday. And it's looking not so good because of a good-sized cold front that is on its way. It's going to give us a window of time for some rain late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, but then really tank the temperatures and uptick the wind on Sunday's forecast. So we'll talk about that in just a minute, but for the time being here, let's just enjoy what we've got right now. This is a live look from Sanibel Island, and notice how nice it looks right now as you take a live look over top of the water. Temperatures very comfortable right now this evening, for the most part in the 70s, and as you can see here, live Doppler radar is very quiet from Punta Gorda through Cape Coral and Fort Myers down toward Naples and Marco Island, and the inland area is looking dry as well. What has been popping up in a few locations across Charlotte County would be some blips of green, not from rain, but from smoke from some controlled prescribed burns that are happening right now in inland Charlotte County. There was a good sized one here east of Vermont earlier on today, so it may still be lofting some smoke in areas of eastern Charlotte County, but other than that, there's nothing to really talk about here for you tonight. This evening, temperatures will stay a touch warmer than where they've been over the past two previous nights. We're only down to the low 60s by 8 and 9 o'clock this evening, and we'll begin to drop back into the upper 50s by 10 and 11 o'clock tonight. With this in mind, temperatures won't be quite as cold as they've been of late. We're down to 52 degrees tonight for the forecast low here in the city of Fort Myers, and with that in mind, we're talking about upper 40s and lower 50s across Charlotte County, cities like Port Charlotte and Punta Gorda, with more of a mid-50s of forecast in place for areas like Estero and Bonita Springs. 59 your forecast low temperature for the city of Naples and southwest Collier County. The next 3 days, all over the place here. We're seasonable and looking nice on Friday. We're a touch on the warm side on Saturday, and then Sunday there's a whole bunch going on here. First off, it's a lot colder with high temperatures only topping out in the 60s, but you'll also notice a lot more wind, all thanks to this inbound cold front coming our direction from the west and the northwest. When it comes to timing, and again, this will obviously change as the front gets closer to us, but the best thinking right now is that the front moves through sometime late Saturday night. Notice the clock there in the upper corner of your screen, and early Sunday morning. So a lot of the rain we get from this front may be able to move through while most of us are asleep. But once the front passes us, a big drop in temperatures is expected and a major uptick in the wind. This is what the wind forecast looks like right now for Sunday late morning, early afternoon. And notice how that wind is just roaring out of the west and the northwest, anywhere from 15 to 25 miles an hour. So for as nice as the weather is and as for as calm as the weather is right now, and for the day on Friday and Saturday, turns much more active on Sunday and Monday. It takes us a while to warm back up next week. As of right now, we're back in the low 70s by Tuesday afternoon. Yeah, so we got good weather tonight, but if you're looking something fun to do and you live in Cape Coral, you got to go to this and take the graphics full. It's not your mama's bingo. So
Okay.
I'm sure bingo your mama's way is fun too, but not your mama's way is a little different because they're having a drink specials tonight in a DJ dance party that apparently goes until 2 in the morning. So if you're looking for something fun to do, head to Cape Coral. This is at the deck off of Southeast 15th Avenue. When you're headed there, you've got temperatures in the mid 60s. And I guess depending on how late you stick around, the temperatures will find themselves back in the mid 60s 60s towards 65, 64 degrees when you're headed back home from the bingo tonight. Not your mama's bingo night in the city of Cape Coral. Otherwise, it's a good-looking forecast here for the rest of us, whether you're playing bingo tonight or not. A live perspective right now from the Royal Shell Sundial Resort on beautiful Sanibel Island has lots and lots of sunshine in place. And that's pretty much the storyline over the next couple of hours. Temperatures right now comfortable in the mid-70s in Cape Coral, 77 right now in the Iona neighborhood, and we're at 78 degrees both in Coconut Point and San Carlos Park in Lee County. Over the next couple of hours, look for temperatures to slowly drop into the 60s. We'll find ourselves about 65 degrees by 7 and 8 o'clock tonight, but enjoy nice and dry conditions here. Live Doppler radar across the vineyards and Marco Island, Naples Park in Naples has no radar returns, and that is the situation for every backyard right now in Southwest Florida. Like I mentioned, those temperatures dropping back through the mid-60s by 8 and 9 o'clock tonight. Call for a temperature forecast of 65 degrees by 10 o'clock tonight. Now, overnight tonight and towards sunrise tomorrow morning, keep in mind that as temperatures fall into the upper 50s and lower 60s and humidity stays where it is here tonight, it will be a good setup for some areas of fog to develop by sunrise tomorrow morning. What that means is that your morning commute could be impacted once again by some lower visibility. Now, the short-term forecast models, if you will, are trying to hone in here across neighborhoods like Lehigh Acres, North Fort Myers, and spots between Arcadia and Port Charlotte for the highest opportunity of some patchy fog in the morning. But the point here is that anywhere fog does develop in the morning tomorrow, it should be out of here once we get towards, say, about 10 and 10:30 in the morning. So keep this in mind for your morning commute. A few areas of reduced visibility, a possibility in the morning, but once we get to lunchtime, it's another day of lots and lots of sunshine with high temperatures at pretty toasty in the afternoon. Look for numbers hitting 79 degrees tomorrow at Naples and Marco Island. We'll call for a high of 80 on Tuesday afternoon toward Estero and Bonita Springs, with temperatures in cities like Punta Gorda and Cape Coral hitting 80 in the afternoon. Here's a view of the 10-day forecast, and there's not a lot going on. High temperatures hitting 80 or better on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Yes, there's the chance of some morning fog each day, but rain chances all the way through the extent of the 10-day forecast stay less than 20%. And by the way, this 10-day forecast now takes you all the way to Valentine's Day. As of right now, looks like it's going to be warm around here. High temperatures on the holiday topping out at 81 degrees. Back to you.